Wait, it is on. Wait, it wasn't working before. Okay, hello. Sorry about that. Yeah, somehow the PNG thingy that I was using didn't want to work, so I didn't think it was streaming. So sorry. Uh, Give me a second. Where is this thingy? Yeah. Oh, I forgot to put. Yep. And this on Twitter. And hello, hi. It is I, Equinox Eterna, again with another stream of Arknights. And this time it's almost 1 in the morning, and we are going to end this event. Yes or yes? No questions asked. We are going to end this event right now. So, let's get into it. Let's just get into it. This is the place. Enjoy some rest. I thought I was going to the notarial hall or the basilica to be questioned about Arturia's escape. The good knight who brought you here has other business to attend to. He asked me to tell you not to worry about the Arturia case. Long has London Monastery served the holy city dutifully. There will be no excessive penalty just because a single prisoner escaped. Yeah, that's good to hear. It was for another reason that you were brought here. There are so many. Would you prefer a quiet location? No, what I mean is, why is everyone in this nursery liberty? No, racial segregation again. Of course it has to be Laterano. Hildegard scans around the room and sees liberating all sorts of outfits, sitting or standing. There is little conversation, only the steady ring of the comfort bells. Hundreds, thousands, too many to count. An entire city's worth of Liberty seems to be assembled here. Since when did this nursery become so large? Now, more importantly, why are all these Liberty here? Don't tell me you have a room full of perros, a room full of felines, a room full of lupus. An astute observation. We also have rooms for fallen angels, fallen angels and sanktas. You are awfully forthcoming. The Shrine of Nursery has nothing to hide. At the conclusion of the Nativity, the Curia announced that the Sankta will share the halo with all races. The simple method is to do it race by race. I don't believe you. I won't ever believe you, but okay. Do you mean we can have halos too? We can feel each other the way Sanktas do? I should feel the arbor beast heartbeat at the Nativity. Why? Why what? Why do we need halos? Archette is a cutie, and I'm glad that at last she has some story relevance, some story participation. So you brought me here. Not because of Vanini, but because I am a Liberi. Yes, I got a bit of light over my head like yours. Go in, Pug. Sounds like I don't have a choice. Also, also sounds like a wonderful thing, doesn't it? At least it'll be good for your eyes. More than that, I think. If I had a halo, I'd be able to tell what the metal heart of yours was feeling when you kicked Gia out of Laterano. I know you blame me for that. Glad to know that you know. Maybe things would have gone better for you if that hadn't happened. Over centuries of Lateran history, many have tried to recreate a terrifying high-caliber revolving antique gun that the ancient tombs described. Only you succeeded. The design, which assumed that the user could withstand a recoil 5 times that of an ordinary gun, was the work of a genius. Or a madman. A madman. A madman. Oh, are you bragging about being born to be a gun knight? After all, you successfully tested my design before ever putting it on a suit of armor. I just thought we were born to be partners. You and I and Gia were always the best of friends, from primary school through university. But my first official mission as a gun knight was to exile Gia from Laterano. After that, you gave up gunsmith for the Apostolic Knights, opened a workshop somewhere I didn't know about, and now I decided to retire, right? You and your Bapa shrine of gunsmithing. What use did you sankta have for me if you treat gunsmithing like making potato chips? It's a crime to be non-sankta, is it? Gia got exiled. I get to have a hollow put on me. The Liberia aren't allowed to live in Laterano the way we are now, are we? The thing with Gia had nothing to do with being Liberia. Even if he was sankta, the Lateran wouldn't allow someone with orifice. You don't know shit! Lateran order and Lateran policy again. How many times do you think I have heard that garbage from you? Do you really believe in it yourself? Somnias, Dormis, how could you? If you had thought if it was about how Gia died there, alone? I admit, I did believe in it, Patrician, until that day. We would hangovers together, played with guns together, cry and laugh together. No one Laterano could cling glasses like we could. But when I saw Gia disappear into the wilderness, and you just turned around and went back to Laterano the way you did, that was when I realized we never actually shared a damn thing. The halo is not a bad thing, Sister Hildegard. It's Laterano's blessing on us. I know. From the earliest nomads who followed the burden beast, the Liberi had always learned from the Sankta, from their ways of living to their ways of thinking. The Liberi long for a better life, and they long to be part of the holy city. We understand that. I know. I told that history to Arturia not so long ago. But there is only one thing the Liberi can never learn from the Sankta. The halo. That is why certain conflicts between the Sankta and other races living in Laterano have lingered to this day. Unable to take part in Sankta embassy, you are troubled by doubts about your fate. You suspect Laterano of being indifferent, of alienation. To help with landing monastery finances, you were away from Laterano for a long time, Sister Hildegard. That is why you might not have sufficient understanding of the situation. You can ask your fellow Liberi. I know. I know how many outsiders who live here and by your embassy. That's why we will now share it with everyone. There'll be no more misunderstanding or differences. We will truly understand one another and eliminate the conflicts and barriers between us. The library will become a truly inseparable part of Laterano. I just feel sad. What? I grew up in this city. I know where one can find the best desserts, which alleys have cloud beasts that have a special taste for pumpkins, which buildings have rooftops perfect for stargazing. At London Monastery, I made beer and bread with Sankta sisters, traveled to other countries that solicited sponsors, and got completely plastered whenever we came back. I took pictures of how their wings went through the backs of their chairs when sleeping, and they played lullabies in the cable when I sneaked out, so that the Abbot would sleep a little longer. I remember that. Actually, Tevat knew. He just didn't want to scold you. I'm a Lateran. I like this place. I love it very much. You're right that I often find myself on the outside looking in. I don't know what the Sanktas who had been crying a moment ago start laughing and singing at the cohort's funerals. But my father was a hunter. Every winter he would go into the mountains with his friends to hunt. He told me that even hunters who have hunted together for decades can have different ideas when they see the same quarry. They sometimes even fight over it. Everyone's different. That has nothing to do with whether or not we have a halo. But you tell me I won't truly become a Lateran until I have a halo. Do you mean to say that I wasn't a true Lateran for the past 20 years? She's 20! Has my entire life been a poor imitation? You piece of shit. It has, Sister Settler, but you should not see that as a rejection of you or any other liberty. It is simply a necessity for acceptance of Laterano. I don't care about the rejection or acceptance. I just don't think there's anything wrong with my life. I don't see a reason why I have to accept this so-called blessing. Laterano has already made a decision, Sister Hildegard. It was the first time I experienced a parting pag. It wasn't a good feeling. I guess that was when my life started to go off the rails. It's like those popcorn movies, you know. The Chainsaw Guy series or The Bridges of Mechalion. First then you, then my finest student. I exiled her from Laterano personally. I worried too about Fia. What? What? You're worried that your dear granddaughter might run away and you'll die alone? You all had your issues. I tried to do something, but never actually helped anyone. Meh. Did you really try, or you're just lying to yourself to feel better? Maybe it was. But there's something you got wrong. I support the idea of halos for everyone, not only because I want to protect that order and purity of the holy city. You're making Lateran sound awfully racist by putting it this way. Are you so blind in your Gotham armor? Really? A Lateran where everyone shares the halo will truly become one and whole. We'll be able to solve the unimaginable calamity that threatens all of Terra. It will also solve other problems we have been having, including. Anyway, I think that's enough sharing for now. Dio gracias, that got us over. Hearing all that garbage from you again is making me sick to my stomach. Go on in, Pug. And if I say no, I don't want that light show you got on your head, and I got no interest in listening to your honorable motives. Paganini levels his gun at the gun night. Just give it a minute. What do you mean? You're a genius gunsmith, Pug, but you're a liberty. You can use the guns you make. They are just your calling cards. If you are really that furious with me, give it until the ceremony, then you can put a bullet in me. Once you have a halo, you'll be able to use it. Paganini smashes the guns against the knight's armor. Pieces flies in all directions, and the broken gun stock makes a dull thud as it hits the ground in the distance, echoing through the corridor. Go on in, Pug. Huh. Oh my. I need a little bit of water. Pug, boys. I had to use the coarse part of my throat to make it. Legatus Mostima, Overseer Fiametta. Your contribution to Lateran is much appreciated. Now, kindly come this way. The nursery is already filled to the brim. The ceremony is about to begin. The matriarch will first enlighten the Liberi who have lived in Lateran for many years. Then the broken halos and wings of the fallen angels will be repaired. Quickly now, I will lead the way. Sneak attack! Oh shit! Can I hit the high with this? Nope. So damn it. Can I?
It's all you deserve.
Nah. That's stupid birds. But again, I hesitated and then I realized that I was wrong with my thinking. Okay, again. Go on. Cheto.
Bring deep of the suffering of the deceased.
There's no place. Oh, there is one. Really? Didn't notice this one. Fuck. Again. I'm blind or something. This pathetic, stupid display of gaming prowess. Well, I'm not famous, so it's not gonna hound me. Not yet. Ah, mouse! Again, the mouse. So, what should we do? What the? Gains fear for several seconds when its HP drops below 50 for the first time. Sends invitation to player to temporarily reduce add your unit's attack speed. What is going on? Can Cheto reach this? I don't think so. Fuck everything. Okay, they are flying around, at least. Yep. Go, Mizuki. What is... Huh? Oh, the bird with the camera. Okay, I see. Hop. Nope. No, 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 no. Ah, maldita sea. Okay. 14. Let's wait. 21. Here. There. This one to hit more birds. Gonna use this one.
狙撃地下機能喪失確認 We those will be your last
Weird.
one. My old
Oh.
method still work. この刃からは逃げられないよ
What now?
どこまでも追いかけたっていいよ Я сражу монарха. My old
Okay.
method still work.
It was easier than whatever I was thinking of doing. Eh. This is Fiameta's house. No. Maybe. Come in. Ramos. Cardinal Lemon. I'm afraid you'll have to find another way to address me now. And I was under the impression that the Curia wasn't letting anyone visit me. Isn't that right? I put in a report. I was only just created. It's only natural that I would seek my predecessor advice. You have adapted quickly, Cardinal Amos. I thought you said you didn't really have the aspirations. Senora, I didn't come out to gloat. I didn't come to gloat. Our relationship was never cloak and dagger, was it? Sorry. But if you came to ask about Lemuel, I already said this many times. I have no idea where she is. There's something else that I want to ask about. Did you sacrifice your career only to protect your sister? Or did you truly believe what she said? From the Nativity to the Summit of Nations. Something doesn't seem right about all that has been happening in Laterano lately. It's like we have come down with a sort of illness. They are the same thing to me. There's something I want you to see. Amos turns his terminal on and hands it to Lemon. What's this? Obligation to you and Telegati. I wanted to be a legatus and get assigned to Bolivar. Oh! My dude never stopped. Wanted to go to his wife. You want to leave Laterano? Why? My wife and I. We had a big fight and I left. When I came back, she had gone on a mission, dealing with its circus riders attacking caravans in the wilderness near Castle. She always been like that, never listening to people. It was winter. I figured she wouldn't be back until spring, and I was thinking about doing something to make up for my leaving. You know the rest about what happened to her. Fallen, exile, etc. It was convenient that the Seventh Tribunal was responsible for national security and foreign relations. It took a long time, but I finally found out where she went. I thought, I understand. What do you mean? So, when you say something, did it feel right? The selection standards for Legati are extremely high. A man of my ability didn't really have much hope, so the application sat in my draft box for a long time until you have wrote your application when you were created Cardinal of the Seventh Tribunal? Yes. Reverend Patrician said all I needed was an opportunity when he informed me of my imminent creation. I'm sure he meant something else, but this is all I could think of. However, the moment I approved the application, it just vanished. No notice of rejection, no record to be found anywhere. It just disappeared from my terminal, like it never existed. There was no way the application would have gone through. It would not be allowed to resign my cardinalate and become a legatus so quickly. Besides, had the legate have been recalled to Laterano, I wouldn't be able to go and see Aurela even if I really did become one. For me, approving the application wasn't even about making up for anything. It was just a small, insignificant comfort. Who would want to wipe away such a small comfort? For me, that was enough to make me question if this Laterano is real. Maybe your sister was right. Have you told anyone else? No, I couldn't sleep last night. You were the only one I could talk about this. I could talk to about this. This isn't some newfangled interrogation technique, is it, Cardinal Amos? You can trust me, Senora Lemon. We both have things that truly matter to us. few things. An interesting point, Senor Amos. By the way, there's even a bigger nativity shell at the shrine of nursery today. Huh? No, this is the Sarkas. The Sarkas woman. We prepared for death all our lives. Even in a place like Roca Marea, where everything is washed out by tides of plague and famine, an old man might lick his parched lips and say something to the effect before his eyes close forever. Words as old as time, as they say. To some, they are an eulogy to wishes unfulfilled. To others, an utterance free of regret. But there is a common premise between the two. Death is a conclusion to life. Mhm. The herborist. That weird beard is still here with a halo. Indeed, child, your mother will. Indeed, child, your mother will answer no more. She has died. The mother has breathed her last, and Anduin gently closes her eyes. The fledgling leans over. He is trembling heavy, even the sheen of his hide darkened. Anduin places him on his own knee and looks into his eyes. The fledgling voice is mumbled. Anduin does not speak the language of beast, but he can feel sorrow, like a current running beneath the calm surface. The fledgling and his own. Death is accompanied by new birth. Your mother knew that her own life was beyond saving. She chose to leave the hope of life to you. She used her last strength and succeeded. Wait. Ah. Meh. That was a sneeze that didn't want to come out. Ah. This is your first lesson. In Rocamaria, the town with the clock tower, the abbey in the wilderness, and now I have experienced many such moments, and now I have another. Each experience brings deeper insight. All walk toward the inevitable end. This is why the continuity of meaning is so precious. Death is a parting, a gift from the departed to the living, the beginning of the living song's salvation. Do not fear, child. Lament and remember. I will do so with you. I will stay outside and leave her funeral to you, Anduin. What of the matriarch? She is indisposed, preparing for the nativity to bestow halos upon all the non-sancta here. She sends her apologies. No matter. Uh, no matter. We have grown accustomed to welcoming new life with ceremony, while funerals are always simple. Tell the matriarch that it will be a little while before I return to the duty. Are you alright? The mother's passing was sudden. The child is young and unaccustomed to such sorrow. I must stay by his side. No, it's you the matriarch is worried for. What do you mean? Matriarch said she and you had been with this mother for a long time. She understands the sorrow in your heart. You are a thinker. Every journey gives you inspiration, but also fatigue. As for the child, he's a miracle. He has the strength to emerge from darkness. It is not funeral talking. This calm and solemn sorrow that Anduin is talking about. It gets it it just make me extremely bored. It's not the first time that it happened. In my life at least, not be, and will not be the last. Uh, the matriarch wishes me to tell that the matriarch me which my tongue again. Ugh. The matriarch wishes me to tell you that no new life in Laterano will ever succumb to calamity nor sorrow. They will be born equal, they will be brave, and they will be strong. Laterano will see to it. Anduin feels the fledgling armor beast push against his arm. He wants to calm him down, but the fledgling pushes his hand away and spreads his wings. The fledgling takes flight, landing on a comfort bed in the middle of the room, making a pleasant sound. Anduin watches in confusion. He hasn't worn a halo for decades, yet his eyes still struggle to adjust to the fledgling, dazzling light. He has been with the fledgling day and night. He knows what his movements mean. The fledgling is inviting him to play. The Northerner, who can never turn down a child, stands stunned. He wants to communicate his sorrow, decline this incomprehensible invitation in the most tactful way possible. But eventually he steps up and takes the young harbor beast's clothes, dancing a waltz in the middle of the empty room along the comfort bells. The harbor beast excited cries echoes through the room. His feathers shine bright under the halo, showing its chin unreservedly in the spinning circles. Their steps grow quicker, and Anduin looks towards the body of the deceased mother, trying to ascertain his own emotions. Then he realizes with a start. He is no longer sad. He is joyful as the fledgling. He is beautiful as the fledgling. He sings and dances for the future with a heart full of hope, just like the fledgling. Their spinning steps draw beautiful circles on the ground and in the air. Is this what sankta means? Only the instinct to avoid pain, but no right to sorrow and mourning? Is this the sankta? Is this the miracle of life? Nobody answered his hysterical call. His matriarch is bestowing halo after halo upon the people in the Hall of Enlightenment. He alone stops in his tracks. He recalls a funeral, one that should not exist in his memory. A field of irises. A child. Cruel but sincere confessions and prayers. A ringing of bells. Still no answer? Hey, Aurelia. You don't believe me? You listen for yourself. Ouch! The sound hurts my ears. It's just noise. I can't make out anything. What's going on, Aurelia? You're asking me? You're a gun knight. Well, at least, you know more about these things than we do. You said it yourself. I was a gun knight. The static is bad enough. You want to add the noise, and I know plenty of ways to shut you up. Sister, don't be afraid, Hugo. Please, Aurelia, the children are waiting. These sanctas have come a long way after a terrible ordeal that left them with broken halos and a heart full of fear, with no comfort in sight. The intercity net of Laterano has always been very stable, with dedicated personnel performing regular maintenance on communications equipment located in settlements outside the city. This emergency communication post is only 3 kilometers from the Lateran city. If any one of them is still working, this would be it. But I have seen a dozen hails through the special channel with no response. I have sent. Laterano really done for, huh? Could you try a few more times, Aurelia? You look even more nervous than them. Do I? Nuestra does not say more. A few children come over and grab the hem of her dress, starting forward with her. The white walls of Laterano are already visible from the settlement. Impeccable as the clouds, it looks like the abode of a holy spirit was who accidentally ventured into the mortal realm, a miracle that should not exist. The pilgrims are but a stone throw away. Dusty and tired, their broken halos and wings seem ever darker in the wilderness. The pilgrims have reached the end of their journey, but it is truly the end of their suffering. That's it. Laterano, looks like the people in there can hardly even fend for themselves at this point. Get your sense, we're going in. You're right, we can wait here forever. Let's go. But if we enter the city without the courier's permission? Tell me, did we fallen sinners ever ask for the courier's permission for when we decided to return? Don't tell me you came back to repay Laterano's kindness. I'd put your fears against the wall. Stop. Ah, Federico. He listened. He listened and came. Llevo solo te enter, Laterano. Look who we got here. A notarial hall executor. Are you Aurela? You know who I am? I looked you up in the notarial hall database after receiving your message. Aurela, former citizen ID LC 0073458, former captain of the Arknights. You were tasked to escort a Ladran caravan through the northern wilderness in the winter of 1090, when you engaged a group of Sarkas mercenaries in combat. You completed your mission, but the nomadic Abbey encountered a small-scale catastrophe on your way back. The Sarkas prisoners attempted an insurrection and were executed on the spot by you. When a fellow good knight attempted to record the events truthfully in a mission report, you threatened your cohort with a gun in order to hide your excessive use of force. In the chaos that ensued, you killed your cohort, resulting in you being stripped of citizenship and exiled from Laterano for life. And what of it, Senor Executor? Are you trying to remind me that Laterano will never forget my sins? Look at the hundreds of people here. Some are fallen angels who were exiled like me. Some are Errari who left the Holy City for different reasons. Some of them have never seen the Holy City, growing up in a cesspit like Bolivar, yet still believing in the tenets of Laterano. Have you not seen their halos? Are they failing or are they sick? They have crossed mountains and rivers to come here for an explanation, for any comfort they can find. And all the Lateran does is send a single executor to stop us from entering. More and more Errari sanktas gather, surrounding Federico, pointing their weapons at him. You'll keep us out because we left Laterano for too long and forgot how to live like other sanktas. The law punishes sinners, but what sin did I commit when all I did was live 20 honest years in Lysanin? If the law is that cruel, then it's not us who should be punished. It's you and your cohorts, taskbeasts of the law. I fell because you punish an innocent man. You never use your power for good. Federico watches the crowd quietly. The street lamps have lit an inopportune time, casting eerie colors upon their faces. Fear, anxiety, anger, confusion, panic. All these emotions come together to twist their visages. Their hands tremble as they hold their weapons. The tension is palpable in the air. Federico is confident he can take out their leader quickly and suppress the rest by force, bring the situation under control. He has always done so. It has always worked. Federico is an outstanding executor. He has been with the Notarial Hall for 8 years. He knows what he's doing. This is his 3rd year as a saint. Other than a burnt flower and a few chance acquaintances, there is no one to guide him or instruct him. Slowly he moves his hand away from the gun at his belt, making sure to ease the crowd sees it, while his eyes never leave them. I did not come to repeat the judgment that Laterano once passed upon you. I am not here as a representative of the Notarial Hall, the Curia, nor any other office the Lateran organ. The reason you must not enter Laterano is because the city is currently affected by anomalies beyond comprehension. Your presence might cause the situation to further deteriorate. I will explain, but I need time. Arturia, you should not leave the holy city. Don't worry, I met a doctor, and I am here on the doctor's instructions. The doctor's discovery confirms our hypothesis. All of Laterano is caught up in some kind of dream, but the anomalies in the dream are being reflected in reality. A calamity has descended on the entire city. Like the Karkirage invasion of Storm after the disintegration of the Witch King's Babylon. Maybe. I don't fully understand it myself, but there is no doubt that millions of Laterans are being caught in a struggle between reality and illusion, and we need help. The violators and Errari. A chance dissonance is often the beginning of an interesting variation. I concur with the doctor. However, if the calamity has engulfed all of Laterano, they are likely to enter the dream the moment they enter the city. That's why I came looking for you, and I brought my cello.
また悪人の数を減らせたね。全部ドクターのおかげだよ。
Turia. Wait. Before continuing, this and this. There's anything more MT8 with a 3-star rating and deploy operators on dream tiles at least 2 times. And deploy one guard operator at least 1 time. Banning is over, and let's get with Patrician MT9. Okay. Into the stream. Pilgrimage. The first saint returns to the holy city. The term sankta is redefined. What's going on? Over here, doctor. Excuse me a bit, so this is her card is in front. What? Anywhere I will deceive you? What does it say in the card? Finally, a chance to catch my breath. Whose other card is this? Okay. This one. You must be here for the ceremony, senora. Would you like to try my ice cream? Before Monster can even refuse, the little girl gleefully shoves a cup of ice cream into her hands. It's not a flavor you can get anywhere else in Laterano. I can take her out. Nobody will notice. Well, I saw the memes on Twitter and around there, but I didn't expect to be just Monster. Just there's a little girl watching us. I can kill her. I expected to be at least a sankta who doesn't like sugar. she deserves rest. I can take her out. Nobody will notice. As Monster gives you this paranoid suggestion, she plops a spoonful of ice cream into her mouth without thinking about it. Wow, that's really good. Could you tell me your name, kid? Anywhere I will deliver it to you. Cute! It's a reverse cut. Why? What? I got my answer for me, confessor. It's got my answer for me, confessor. Da-da-dee-dee-da, I'm Kali-dee-dee-da. Are you sure you're not from Kibotos? You name yourself after the dessert's card's music? Don't be silly, I customized it to sound like my name. Aren't you scared of this lady, idiot? Oh, wow, I never heard a confessional speak like that before. It's the latest model. Yep. Were you helping cover for us just now, idiot? Yep. Because all of Laterano needs to change. That's what you think too, right? Hmm? What? Was I just imagining things? You're the first person to say my sugar-free carbonated water play. Sugar-free is something acceptable, sometimes delicious. Carbonated water flavored ice cream. I hope it's a. I don't know the distinctions in English, but here we differentiated between cream, ice cream, and uh, water ice cream, that is just like frozen water with flavor, and the other is like milk based. So I hope you, with the carbonated water flavored ice cream, you are speaking about a water ice cream and not a milk based one. Because if it's a milk one, you basically have expired milk ice cream. And not expired milk ice cream, is expired milk flavored ice cream. What are you, little thing? You're cute, but you're not that funny. Well, that explains why it is so refreshing. Mama and Dad were right. This is a rocky road I walk, but I finally found a little bit of success. Mind explaining a bit more? These are connect every Lateran, but if you eat too much sugar, not only are you gonna get bad seed, even your halo will start getting cavities. That's true? Cavities in the halo? That is a dentist. Every time he says that, people think he is trying to get more business for his clinic. But right now, my halo kinda feels like the rotten suit I just lost. It's making feel not so good. Weird. At least she's sensing something, that something is wrong. I believe it's the good Lord giving me a revelation. So I'm gonna practice what I preach. I'll change Laterano's eating habits and rebuild our connection with the power of sugar-free ice cream. That's a grand dream you got there, Irida. Mind if we take a walk together? I'd like to hear more about this connection between halos at Tooth Decay. Oh, okay. We should be able to avoid the guys chasing us with this kid around. You need to get in touch with exercise ASAP, Doctor. I'm trying. Hi there, leader. Sounds like you were able to loosen that comms control thingy since we're having a long distance call now. It's not entirely a good thing, exercise. Ooh, that means everything in the dream is collapsing faster. Yeah, I figured as much. These guys have nearly all the non-sankta hold up in the shrine of Nursery. They want to put on an even bigger nativity. First time around, an arrow beast got a halo. This time, they want to give everyone halos. I don't know how they're gonna do it, but this kind of change is a bit too quick and crazy. The way you explain it, later, whatever happens in this dream will eventually become reality. What you said is what I saw, excited. But some people are starting to awaken. Man, this is way too complicated for me. Just tell me, what's the worst thing that might happen? Ladrano might stop existing entirely. Either it breaks in the middle of the dream to reality pacing, or it goes completely absorbed into the dream. Or, even worse, you bring calamities beyond comprehension to reality. Laterano might stop existing entirely. Yeah, that's a really big deal. Well, no matter the situation, I can still find the year behind all this and free everyone from fake Ladrano, right? We're limited to keeping on you clear-headed and free to move around. The restrictions Monster and I are under haven't been lifted yet. Monster and I are still looking into other leads. The first one. Got it. Leave Ladrano's trouble so Ladran like me. Oops, gotta keep my voice down. The grand nativity is about to start and it wasn't easy to find a chance to sneak in. Monster and I will keep eyes off you. Say, how did the two of us meet again? One of Sora's releases? Texas birthday party? That time Penguin Logistics crashed into the Longman office while cracking down on the Bloodhammer gang? Oh, or was it the time I was planning on stealing a few sick old racing beasts when I ran into you on your way to Voiter Freedom? We definitely met on Longman, at least. Must have been, what, 5 years ago now? Yeah, it wasn't the Chernobyl affair. The Chernobyl incident. What was it? The Amigi or Chen assigned Penguin Logistics are guides for the doctor and their pulse? Something like that? Was it? It's been 5 years. Almost literally. Well, here's to another beautiful partnership, leader. Stay safe, XSI. Everyone is in position, Reverend Patrician. Next, we will coordinate with the Shrine Patrol to clear the surrounding streets, lock down the intersections, and ensure nobody's wandering about. Gracias. Gracias. Every good night gathered together, with ammunition allocations and fire restrictions fully lifted. There's never been so big an event in the history of our order, has there? The nativity is of great significance to Laterano. The black snow on the ice of Sami, the hole in the sky above Lake Sinan, even the raging tides that dash against the coast, are all in alignment with the true calamity that has been prophesied. Imagine how terrifying such a disaster would be. When that time comes, 200 outgunned knights taken to the field would be like a child throwing stones into the sea. I fear the holy city, which has stood tall for millennia, will fade away. The pontifical cohorts and the notarial haulers were soon Lemuel and her co-conspirators. There is something else you must know. The Northurer who was guiding Mostima and Fiametta was just attacked. Huh? Would you like to go in and check the scene, Reverend? No. My post is here. The time has come. All our liberty brethren, please go to the Hall of Enlightenment. The time has come. Over here, please. Once the other races have been bestowed their halos, the matriarch shall mend the broken halos and wings of the fallen angels, so that we may all regain empathy with our people. It has begun, matriarch. I thank you all. You have forsaken nearly all rest since the establishment of this shrine. There have been many mishaps since the last nativity. We must advance our plans. The shrine mission must be seen to completion as quickly as possible. To this day, we have walked the same path, matriarch. This is something we realized long ago. Oh yes, there was one other thing in my mind. Today's ceremony is all about bestowing halos on the non-sankta racers and abierth. So why are we still using the name Nativity? Is there a better term for it? The Northerners lead the people of various races into the Hall of Enlightenment, converging towards its center. The grand procession is like a herd of migratory beasts, yet no one speaks a word. There is only the rhythmic tinkling of countless comfort bells. As if in response, the matriarch lifted her head towards the crowd. Henceforth, all who are sheltered by the holy city shall share one destiny, entwined into a singular whole. Can this be called anything but the rebirth of Laterano? Oh, damn. The crack of shattering glasses cuts through the calming chimes of the comfort bells. A bullet from a sniper rifle. Its source is unknown, but it flies straight for the matriarch's sightless eyes. Blinding sunlight seeps in. Damn! Sniped! That strange couple at the door. Looks like they are deciding where to go to dinner using a roulette wheel. Interesting idea, isn't it? So they are the ones who wish to adopt you. But why won't they come in and tell me that themselves? Oh, I get it. They don't want to put too much pressure on me. Why do you think that? Because they are pretending to fiddle with their guns while actually looking our way. Nothing ever gets past you, does it? Yes, I reached out to them before they came here. Your parents were in that caravan raid, and the notarial hall's been trying to arrange things with a few families for the better part of a year now, but nobody's beaten yet. You're the strongest child I ever met, but you still got a long way to go, and we can let a kid live all by herself. I know, senora. I'm not annoyed or anything. It's just, if I'm going to accept the kindness of others, I'm going to have to be a good kid myself. It's really, really important. Well, the long and short of it is, they wanted me to tell you that they really like you. I also think they are really... Can I have a week? No, it's 3 days. I'll think things over. Once I make a decision, I won't go back on it. Is this the one that feels right for you? Is this the one that feels right for you? Huh. Oh, she's so cute! Wow, a sniper rifle. If it was me, I would never choose that one. No, when is my turn in a few years? I'll pick lots and lots of guns. They look the same age, but this is like Lemuel at 4, I guess, and Lemuel at around 16, I'm guessing. Because, as far as I remember, Lemuel Exia was born after the couple adopted Lemon. And for Lemon to be such a, what is the word, precocious child in this flashback, she must be around 10, 12 years old. Sounds good. Well, I have to remind you that this fellow's been sitting here for a few years now. Never's been picked. Best think it over. It's really quiet. No, what I mean was, this sort of gun's different from the others. Truth be told, it's not very suited to you lively Sanktas. When you're on the battlefield, you won't get many chances to fire it. You'll have to make every shot count. But if you're trying to protect something or destroy it, you'll need to have a sharper eye, a sharper mind, and take on more risk and costs. Because you can pull the trigger or let it go, but you can't afford to hesitate. Today is Lemon's birthday. Today, she chooses her patron firearm. giving even more meaning to this already extremely important day to the Sankta. The gunsmith speaks with all seriousness. Her mother and father behind her and all her friends are silent. Even the ever vivacious Lemuel keeps her mouth closed like a good girl for once. Despite the silence, Lemuel knows they are all looking right at her. This is the one, Master Pug. Please guide me through selecting the other parts. Nice! You don't need to worry about it not having the chance to fire, Master Pug. You could smack people real hard with a gun this big, and my sis is super strong. Hmm? Anduin. Through the spiritual light, even the darkness stain can be cleansed. With a pious heart, even a savage monster can wade out of the mud. Put that down, Captain. I got you in my sights. You're unstable, I can sense it. Calm down, that thing is affecting your mind. It's evoking your disappointment in Laterano. I know you submitted your resignation before we left, but even if you are determined to return to the wilderness, right now you're still one of us. Think about the fried cheese we ate before we left, okay? Think about that fall beast hat Fiametta got you, the soft and downy one. My disappointment in Ladrano? No, far from it. He showed me how Ladrano can save everyone. None of us know if what you are seeing is the truth of reality, or illusions and lies. Mosima will be here soon. She has a way to get that thing off you. We're gonna start looking into its secrets afterwards, alright? There is no afterwards. It's fading away. I must hold on to it. You know it's no illusion, Lemuel. It's certainly not lies. You saw those people locked in the stasis, outside of time, down in the underground palace. Those who do not die yet do not live. You heard what that mad sarcasm said to his shadow. The future shall have no secrets. So you should understand. What we have found is the key to time itself. What I saw was a revelation, a future where even the most savage of monsters can be saved. Your hearts are running high, Anduin. That's the thing eating away at you. If that future exists, I must find the path that leads to it. I won't let go. I need to know more. Anduin keeps his grasp on the oddly shaped staff. Light condenses into a solid form and engulfs the entire cave. I have a lot of chances to pull the trigger, Lemon sings. But amidst the chaotic rolling waves of emotion, Lemon finally finds the thread of rationality running through Anduin's mind. They have broken bread with one another. They have built bonds with one another. They understand one another and trusted their lives to one another. Their empathic link was stronger than any other. In that final moment, Lemon confirms her friend has not been swept away in that unfathomable chaos. She loosens her finger on the trigger. Damn it! Look out, Lemon! Kev, matriarch of the Shrine of Nursery, hit. The rooftop wind whips wildly at the sniper's cheek. She does not blind. Her hand doesn't move in the slightest. She hears, she sees, she thinks, she judges. She doesn't have many chances to fire. She has to make every shot count. She can pull the trigger or let it go, but she can't afford to hesitate. Before that crucial moment, she and her gun do not speak. Lemon silent. She looks through her scope once more, double checking what she sees in her sights. It is proof she pulled the trigger. Compared to the ones in the vast lands, the statues oft seen in Laterano are the most incomprehensible, Cardinal. Paradise has shaped our face so peculiar that it has become somewhat distorted. The souls of the living praying for survival as they traverse catastrophe and suffering. Such is the most basic phase of faith. No, there's never a dual statue in Laterano. My life is fate-shaped. Gun-wielding saints towering over the streets do not represent this day for calamity and suffering. We have simply chosen to take up a different mindset when confronting them. Through her scope, from far in the distance, Lemon can finally see all the statues in the shrine. Their heads bowed and their hands clasped are facing only the pious matriarch as they pray. Cult leader. Damn. Kev. If she really is a horrible monster, then it's unlikely a bullet will do any real damage. But at the very least, it will let the people in the shrine see what's so natural about her and create an opportunity for you, Elle. The rest, I leave to you. Who? Senor Amos? Senor Lemon, my location has been compromised. I'll come back to you right away. No need. The shrine patrol is already here, and the good knights too. There's a lot of them. I'll hold down the street corner. Get yourself out of the building before they surround the place. What about you? It's too late for me. They have started fighting. Looks like our deduction was right. This cannot be a place for just for birthing babies. Anyway, did you take care of the target? Yes, got heading one. That's good. At least this way I managed to save a few people, stop a few things that needed to be stopped. Can't be useless forever now, can I? Well then, vale. Go do what you need to do, Senor Lemon. Actually, I got a question I wanted to ask you. Funny, it's only once you can hear it that I finally dared to ask it. A glitch in the comms terminal must be keeping the line open. And so the man goes on at a length, chattering into the microphone. Lemon hesitates for a moment, then chooses to be silent. Was I really that useless? I never thought about it before. I even thought it took nearly all I had to just to become a small-time investigator for the 7th Tribunal, and I never got a promotion during my decade or so there. It seems Laterans never doubted ourselves on that front. It's like we not only have 100 million ways to keep ourselves happy and satisfied. I know someone who made sticks for lollipops. He takes several types of paper tape and twists them together into rainbow-colored sticks. Made nearly no money out of it. He did it simply because he knew children loved him. Loved them. But ever since I found out Aurela has been banished from Ladrano, and there was nothing I could do about it, I haven't been able to feel even a microsecond of satisfaction with myself. You're completely useless, Amos. That's all I could think. Like how you can never forget the taste of the very first terrible dessert you ever ate. Heh. I thought that maybe, with a few more years, I could use my seniority to model my way to the Legati and go on a trip to Bolivar. I couldn't save her name of Laterano. I couldn't save her in the name of Laterano. Not even I could forgive her for what she did. I just want to see her again and apologize for that argument we had. After so many years, long years of waiting, I finally got my chance, but it was all just a dream. A dream's fine too. If it's all a dream, then I don't have to worry about anything. Maybe getting shot here doesn't mean anything in reality. When I was younger, I got 5th place at the 7th Tribunal new joiner shooting competition, you know. I even met Aurela that day at the range. It's a shame we weren't able to save each other. I'd say that, at the very least, you're a great investigator, Amos. Oh, you were still on the line, Lemon. No, that sounded like a thud into the ground. It's time to wake up. No. Is the funeral complete, Anduin? It is. The Hall of Enlightenment is this way. You seem to be going the wrong way. Am I? The nativity has begun, and the matriarch is waiting for you. Where are you planning to go right now? Your emotions are rather unstable. No, I have never felt more clear-headed. I'm not going the wrong way either. I ask that you accompany me to see the matriarch, Anduin. All the guards turned on you, Anduin. What are you doing now? What? Okay. It looks like we arrived right on time. Mostima, Femeta, you... What? Am I supposed to be like the other Liberi pushed back into the herd by the guards no matter how I protest? Or should I be really looking forward to seeing if my halo gets to be a square or a cycle? Speaking of, I'm curious how they are going to mend the fallen angels' halos. Mostima! Sorry I got sidetracked. You owe us an explanation, Anduin. Getting up at the non-sankta, forcing changes in their bodies. I thought this sort of stuff only happened in those shady Colombian tech companies full of mad scientists. Is this what you meant when you said this was about the future, about possibility for Ladrano? Is this what the matriarch promised you? I have strayed from my path. That I cannot deny. You already know your path, Anduin, and it's waiting outside of Ladrano. Your so beloved pathfinders, who try to find your path for you, try to guide you back, and you reject them. Ladrano wove a beautiful dream for us all. I was trapped too deep and took too long to awaken. Still talking nonsense even now. The other guards will be here soon. Damn it. You think we can get close to the matriarch if we use him as a hostage, Mostima? Maybe? Just trust him a lot. I'd be a little worried if we left it all up to Elle. I can sense a multitude of emotions growing by the second. The number of people with empathy in this shrine is increasing. The nativity has begun. It's no use, even if you subdue the matriarch right now. We must go do what we still can. I'll think of what we do about this ceremony that should not exist. But it's likely to lead to great chaos. It should buy you the time to evacuate our people. What's your plan? What do you think will trust you, Anduin? Seriously, a babbling lunatic who always betrayed his friend once, saving everyone. You don't need to trust me. But will not save the people. I don't have that kind of power. All someone who has walked the wrong path of obsession can do is to save himself. Wait, Anduin, take this. A bomb? I'll give it to us to draw the guards' attention. But if you really are going to stop this ceremony that shouldn't exist, like you said, you'll need more than us. Anduin walks past the pair, heading straight for the depths of the shrine. His steps are slow, but Fiametta makes no move to stop him. You okay with letting him go? He's reliable when he sticks to a handful of words instead of a full-on parable. True. The situation is too damn weird. Not like we have any better options at the moment. Not like we have any better options at the moment. There's a whole lot of people coming this way, probably chasing Anduin. Held by him in some written room. I'll get even with him after this is all over. I need something to snack on. I'm getting hungry by the second. And I'm getting sleepier by the second. The shrine's very first nursery. Once with a heart full of hope. It was here he tended to an unfortunate mother, day after day. Now the child she left behind has clambered up onto a comfort bell. The sparkling droplets of water on his freshly washed wings reflecting the lamplight. It's like a dream. The Harvest does not mind his caretaker prior outburst. He calls out happily as always, inviting Anduin to play with him. Insignificant trifles and grandiose feats are but a hair's breadth from one another. You have labored for many years over this growing journey of yours. You should not let such a meaningless difference stay your steps. I will need you to lift your spirits, for aside from caring for this mother and child, there are more deeds that must be done. An insignificant nurturer, a heaven-piercing shrine. The farmer could grit his teeth, harden his heart, and refuse the young beast's invitation. But this minor act of rebellion would do nothing to shake the foundations of the later. I should be doing more. I must do more. But how do I shake the pillars of this shrine? How do I erase a miracle that has already occurred? The shrine of nursery, the towering edifice was not built in a day. It began as a simple, ordinary nursery. Oh, nursery. Did we start with the blueprints of such an impossible shrine? No. We merely wished for a safe, comfortable dream for that mother. And yet, its frenzied evolution led to what it is now. That is how a future where all are saved can sprout from our faith. Even my neck is feeling tired. This was the very first nursery in the Shrine of Nursery. This was the starting point of this grandiose building. This is where you and I place our faith. And so, Kev, I'll tear my faith apart. Kev, I need water. Anduin examines the bomb Mostima gave him closely. It has been imaginatively cobbled together from all sorts of daily necessities, its face decorated with a bright splash of graffiti. He cannot remember what the girl who made this looked like. They might have met once or twice. They might never have met at all. He can only remember Lemon recounting her deeds countless times over. I was never alone as I sought a way through this trail of thorns, was I? Without the slightest hesitations, he lights the fuse. I understand that you are no longer sad and suffering, my child, but do you not sense danger? Every that this room is about to explode? Or are you simply not interested in this as well? Does Laterano no longer need us to feel fear? The horror beast flies down to the ground, sobbing against Anduin Trollsefs in the confusion. If we cannot feel fondness, fear, or torment for all that life has to offer, how can we speak of revering it? I should have asked you this, my child, but it was I who brought you here. You could even say you were born in answer to my vision. This is our penance, a lesson for the both of us. Anduin bends over and cradles the arbor beast into his arms. That gunshot. I am so very glad to hear the sound of your gun this time around, Lemon. Damn! It's martyr time on the background music. We need to pump this up a little bit. Sparks bloom wildly across the nursery. A giant comfort bed clatters as it falls, its sonorous notes adding to the clamor. The explosion engulfs the room, devouring the graceful balance of light and shadow. Was this real, my dream, or an obsession? Once you had a flock of brothers and sisters following behind you. They were rejected, harmed, insulted, desecrated. They named you, guided, and walked the long path with you. Yet here in this Ladrano, which you believed equal and selfless, you forgot them. And so I ask, how should this community you long for be shaped? How should this holy city you yearn for be rebuilt? What path it is you walk, Anduin? To what answer does it lead? If this is a dream, then I shall wake. If this is obsession, then I shall shatter it. Let us only speak of redemption after that. The flames swallowed the entire nursery. The arbor beast flapped his wings furiously. There is no fear in his eyes, as though he is simply dancing. Yet Anduin still covered his eyes out of habit. I hope that one day we get Anduin playable and his EP is just a Martyr remix. In this final moment, Anduin hears a bell, clear as day. No, Carmen! Are you alright, Matriarch? The ceremony has been interrupted. The entire shrine is shaking, and that explosion just now. Is an evacuation underway? Yes, there is a Liberi wearing a Pontifical Cohort's uniform and a fallen angel leading our people to safety. Only half of the non-sankta have successfully acquired halos. I will ask the patrol to have them reconvene right away. Boom. Boom again. The cracking of bamboo, the explosion reverberates out from the depths of the shrine. The peal of a bell from parts unknown drowns out the chimes of the comfort bells. The chimes sounds better. Of the comfort bells. Chaos reigns as countless people flock to the exit. The towering edifice sways as the blast wave finally reaches the Hall of Enlightenment. Let them leave! Forcing them to stay out will only harm them irreparably. The shrine is collapsing, Matriarch! No, what is collapsing is not only the shrine, but also the answer we sought with it. Gather the other nurturers. Everyone must leave at once. I will have the guards escort you out. The matriarch stepped down from the dais. The wind, amidst the chaos, she hears the sound of the wind clearly from above her head, where there should only be praying statues and spotless stained glass. Hey, 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 over here! You're not getting away that easily! You're not getting away that easily! What? The matriarch lifts her head. She cannot see who is approaching her, but her voice has an infectious quality to it. Almost instinctively, she stretches out her arm. She's taking her out of the dream. Oh shit! This is the boss battle team of Hortos de Escapismo. The matter lifts his head. She cannot see who's approaching her, but her voice has an infectious quality to it. Almost instinctively, she stretches out her arm. I have been hanging onto this window for 2 hours already. If you don't get off that stage, my arms are gonna fall off. Exercise holds on tight to the matriarch. The world spins and the two of them tumble to the floor. What they fall onto is not solid ground, but rather some odd softness. It is like falling into fog, yet also like falling into water. Exercise senses a great force pushing her outwards, one that is definitely not just explosion. Could this frail-looking woman really be that strong? She forces herself to open her eyes. She isn't sure what had happened, but the arm she's holding onto has become the jagged limbs of a beast. The matriarch's gentle face has disappeared under the water. They look at one another across the boundary between truth and lies. On her side of the line, the bell atop the tower of Revelation rings, clear as can be. I did figure you weren't as pretty as you looked early on, but my imagination never prepared me for this. Not even Ancient Forge had anything as crazy looking as you. The Neon-directed blockbuster. Ancient Forge? Well, at least I don't have to worry about ripping your arm off. My friends had to bust their butts to give me this chance. This siege is amazing. Wait, no, I was almost going to take a screenshot, but I know where to get this in high definition. So get out of here already. Out of there already. You have no right to hide away in a dream. You have no right to hide in un laterano. Break the dream, Exia. Matriarch attacks 3 enemies simultaneously. Enemies within range gain a barrel proportionally to their max HP every second. Okay, mouse like really. And the beast. Okay.
Hate is all you deserve.
Okay. Faster, please. Nice. Nice. Burst through them all. And a bird over there. Okay. Mother Superior, you are gone. Why are they not dying? They have a shield or what? Oh, Patrician, don't die. Don't you dare. Yeah, and here I... What? Nope. The Dream Tiles is not gonna help me. Stop. Damn it, B. I'll take this off. Yep. And the floating sea lion. Right. Let's get you back. Yeah, that's the sea lion applies attack speed low. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Hit him harder, please. Nice. Honor doing her best. It was the talent. For 40 seconds after the deployment of the tank subsidy. Oh, okay, yeah, that was absolutely stupid. Well. Matriarch dealt with. A bell tolls. Its unending peals echo across the entire city. It rings clear and steady, guiding stray souls toward it. Legend has it that after the long and arduous journey, the saints built a tower and used the ringing of its bell to ward off the devils. I am getting blind the more that the more minutes that I spend without having my snack. Then there rose the Lateran city, its walls of purest white, standing fast against the elements, while the bell in the towers fell silent for millennia. Now it cries out once more, a scant 2 years since it last did so in response to a mixed blood sankta girl song. Why are you in low why were you in low definition? Low res. Senior nerd today. Are you hurt? Don't move. It was hard enough to getting you bandaged up. Anduin? Patia? She's back! You were pretty much half dead by the time we got to the Shrine of Nursery. We only had time to get you and these kids searching for you out of there. Don't cry, Giselle, Romeo. It was just hell a nightmare. We're finally awake. A nightmare? Once in nightmare don't follow you to real life. Where are the other brothers and sisters? Keeping watch nearby. Guess you finally got your memories back. But want to hear them call you guide again. Sorry, Patia. It's clear you were just trying to wake a man who has lost his way again. Why did you abandon the Pathfinders, Anduin? We were studying the wilds for a bit after leaving Sanctilaminum. Sanctilaminum? Yeah, I said it right. That was the first time. Woohoo! Sanctilaminum Ambrosi. According to the original plan, we would have passed the Iberian border soon after, back to the land where you came from. We haven't made contact with the Inquisition, but then you disappeared all of a sudden. That was when the dream began for me. What do you mean? It's just an idea, one without any evidence behind it. It told me to turn away, to cast aside all my plans and return to Laterano. So you're saying you never actually met the blind lady, and you didn't go back to Laterano with her for that baby's sake? Like you were enticed by something? No guy. This is starting to sound like something a crackpot charlatan would say. I know this is hard to understand. Even I don't fully get it. I'll say there is much too hard to understand stuff at play here. You and the train, you wanted to plop halos on everyone's head and turn us all into freaks who can even decide what emotions to feel. Whatever, you wanted to wake yourself until the end. If you hadn't made such a ruckus by blowing up the nativity, all of Laterano would probably still be dreaming. With the boundary between the two sides so blurred, his deeds in the dream should be taken into full account during adjudication. And to adjudication. Executor Federico of the Notarial Hall. I have read your file, Andoin Agasangelos. Andoin Agatangelos. Is that your surname, Andoin? After the chaos you caused during the first Summit of Nations, the Curia banished you from Laterano. Now you have returned in secret and were involved in plotting the so-called nativity ceremony. You are partially responsible for the current turmoil troubling this city, and must accept a joint investigation by the first, 5th, 6th, and 7th tribunals. Hey, can you see his heart real bad? Besides, I'm sure you got more important things to worry about right now. You need a hand, Executor? Get us into the city and we'll help you fight. And you are... That... What is it, Nueda? Look over there! Look over there! Getting your patron firearm means you have moved onto a new stage of life, El. Yeah, come quick, sis. We're taking a photo in front of the statue. I need to go to Lungman. I need to get a proper explanation from Mostima. Let's send Lemuel love on her next adventure with a bang. The passage of time will bind people together regardless of what they think about it. As long as your lives intertwine at some point, you'll have nothing to worry about. Safe travel homes, excuse I. She feels herself moving, but she cannot open her eyes. Her back is cupped by something rough, while her mind sinks into a bottomless softness, where even the pain running through her body is dulled. Her thoughts flow into a boundless ocean of faith. She opens her eyes. What the what the heavenly glorious fuck is going on? You have awakened, my child. I need some rivers. I need to. I need a. Yep, I need money first. That's not gonna happen. I need something to have rivers here. You have awakened, child. You are gravely wounded. Only by accompanying me will you stay lucid during the transfiguration. Well, it was you who caused its interruption. We'll not abandon you. Much as we once lamented, lean on one another to traverse the devastation of catastrophe. The transfiguration? Do you mean the dream? I'm definitely awake, though. What do you have a halo on your head? What kind of monster are you? All sanktas have halos, child. So that we could forget for whence we came. So that we could embrace our new lives. We named ourselves Sosli. Thankfully, the passage of 1,000 years has reshaped your appearance and ways of life. Perhaps you can follow those stone-bound accounts and call me Saint. Of course, my flesh and spirit both have long become one with the soul beneath Laterano's white walls. What you see now is simply a snippet of code from his boundless program, a spectre beating countless memories. As he sees it, the path of the Sancta began with the Saints, and so it should continue with the Saints, who should lead you beyond calamity and into the future. And I don't get a word of what you're saying. What exactly are you talking to me? It is not a question of you and I, child, but of all Laterans. Exita strains her neck backwards. Oh, Clip! The monster that calls herself Saint cradles Exita, following close behind our Sancta, as well as hallowed Liberi, felines, and a host of creatures the likes of which she has never seen before. It is a grand procession, meandering into the distance, its end far out of sight. Exercise can sense that there are no shambling husks. The empathy has not faded. No, it is even stronger than it has ever been. The fate of the countless masses has condensed into a vast sea. They follow behind the saint to a destination clear in their minds. Not even the saints travels road of a sight so bizarre. Across millennia has he granted revelations to his chosen few, so that they may question, analyze, and deduce, so that they may point Laterano in the right direction. But it will prove too slow a process this time. He has never been this restless and uneasy. The master of all things has awoken, treads nip at our heels. He must carry out his original duty. Because in this calculated future, there is no place for Sankta. There is only time for him to directly impose what he has sensed on every one of us, to force the only solution he knows into being. A even more cohesive communion of Sancta, Laterano as it should be. Gah. Listening to all this makes my head feel like it's about to pop. Heaven's sake, all this he, him, his stuff. What are you even talking about? We're on our way to meet him, the foundation of faith, the prime mover. Even the deepest nightmare pales in comparison to cruel reality, child. And with the collapse of the transfiguration, I fear his actions have been noticed. There is no much time. Perhaps he and I... Nah, perhaps we still have time to ensure the future of Sancta. A march? A migration? Or perhaps a pilgrimage? A grand procession of newborn sanctas traverses the streets of the holy city with a vigor the sancta have not had in centuries. How should we describe such a sight? What do you see, Aurela? There is halos on the street lamps? And the trees, the desert carts, the confessionals. Am I hallucinating or is my scope fogged up? There is no hallucination. The Shrine of Northury still exists in reality. These iridescent projections originate from it. Where the pilgrims go, the projections follow. Where they fall, even inorganic matter will explode halos. These projections are like a form of a living executor, redefining sancta in the name of the law all over. All this time we are told that whosoever stains the purity of sancta shall be mercilessly cast out by the law. And now it turns out the purity sancta he so favors are actually streetlights and trees. Can't believe I am starting to think my fall was a good thing. If that gaggle wants to redefine sancta into something nobody can understand, I have half a mind to leave them be. Don't worry, Executor. There are still some of them I want to kill. I agree to help you fight, and I'll have that fight no matter what. It's not like I really do want to remodel the entire city. If there are enemies to remodel the city via test projections, then forming a mass of people is a highly inefficient method. Yet they still choose to gather together, even after the dreams collapse. Perhaps spreading those projections around is the only way they have. They must have an additional method in mind. In order to use it, they must reach a common endpoint. If their aim is to turn all of Laterano on its head, then I might know where they're headed. The Basilica. I had a discussion with Pope Evangelista 11 there once, and I was able to glimpse certain entities to realize some truths. You do not need to doubt me, Senior. I do not. Your file was signed and sealed by the Pope himself. I will bring you there, Anduin. Hold on, Federico. The whole city's gone mad and nobody knows what the hell is going on. Why should we trust you? Hey, that's my line. If what you're concerned about is who shall hold authority in the situation, considering nearly all present have violated the law to some degree as an executor, I have the right to place you all into my temporary control. If it's the current calamity that is causing you to panic to deprive yourself of sound judgment or action, I, Federico Giallo, am the first sent from outside the ranks of the popes. I do not believe this title has any special meaning, but if you require a reason, there is no one better. The procession will pass through the here first as they move from the Shrine of Northury to the Basilica. Kev, or rather that monster, has unusually strong empathy. Even the Bell of the Tower revelations can do nothing about her influence towards you. Patia, take the other pathfinders and Tesserae away from here. Go in the opposite direction. You stay in by yourself. Trust in me, my brothers and sisters. This is the path I must walk. At least change out these clothes. You look god awful. Or do you like walking around with blood all over your robe? I don't know many outfits, and I don't know where my old cassock is gone. Here. This. You keep it all this time? Not like it took up much backspace. I don't know. I just feel like this wasn't something I should throw away. Go on, take it. Thank you, Patia, for all these many years. However, we must try to find shelter for these children who have just escaped the dream. Arturia, you and Anduin will require special supervision. I will keep the two of you within my sight all of times. I haven't said anything, your beatitude. But maybe you can leave the children to me. I may not be a sancta or a Lateran, but I am better experienced in looking after children. Very well, move out. The foundation of the Sancta's future. Do you not trust my words? Why should I? You have no reason to, true. Much as how when we first gained the name Sancta, We could never have imagined our community would become one of explosions and deserts after all these years. Halo's empathy guns walls of purest white. Do you believe the law innate child? Do you believe the sancta have always been unique in these ways? Why would I doubt it? You love it, as do I. Fate is shaped by the experience of countless generations, the ravages of time, and the footprints of the teeming masses. It should not, must not, be swayed again by the first of the faithful. But once more do the people face down the crossroads of destiny. I have no choice but to do this. We have not sown lies, my child. We have merely hidden some truths, then allowed the rest to become inspirational tales and parables of saints. These texts tell of how the devil's arrival left all things desolate, and how none saw the light of the sun. But for the sancta, they had the radiance bestowed upon them by the law. But the angels were born from devil's child. And as for the so-called bestowment, it was not but a chance encounter. Oh, it's getting hot here. Ah. Why is getting hot in the at fucking midnight? In that age, the king sent out his warriors to seek a new beginning for their people. In that age, monsters that crawled the earth longed for homeland, and so were named Tikas, a race yet young. In that age, hegemons would command raging flames, blinding thunderbolts, wild winds and frigid snow descended upon the land alongside the myriad servants, here to seize the Tikas' precious home. The flames in truth could melt the skulls of Wendigos. The holding gale still summoned could shatter the wings of gargoyles. Even if vampires sucked them dry, they will reborn from eggs of fire. Well, that would be like, man, maybe because I'm dead tired, but I can't get my imagination working at all. The Colossus cups the wounded Santa in her hand, continuing onwards with a shambling yet steady gait. Her voice is as gentle as it was in her guise as the matriarch. As so she tells her ancient improbable tale, like a saint who stopped to rest her feet, taking the chance to preach to a stranger she met along the road. Exercise knows she's not the only one hearing this story told. The winding procession follows, all while countless people pour in from every corner in the city, leaving the building painted iridescent, joining the ocean of fate. I shall share the portion of the truth hidden from you, child. Once we arrive at the basilica, the path will be made clear, and all shall know it. Wait, give me a second. Give me a second. It's getting late, and I just got a message from someone. Fuck. Well, I think I have to cut this stream short. It is then that the term sancta. I finish this node and go because I have to go to sleep soon because I have to wake up soon, so I don't have to. I need time to sleep. It is then that the term sancta shall be redefined. The king's might could not stop the decline of the Tikas. His weary gaze scanned the land for countless days and countless nights before finally falling upon the ancient silver mounts. And so his warriors set forth, seeking out these never before seen argent mountains beneath the earth. With the language conferred unto them by the king, they would conquer them and command them to rout the foes of the Tikas. I'm gonna get water anyways. Give me a second. I'm back, I'm back, I'm back, I'm back, I'm back, I'm back. I just put something on the oven to snack when I end this. So I hope this is 10 minutes or less to grant the Ticas the chance to truly become those with a homeland. Before they left, the king took the blood of the burden beast and anointed the head of every warrior with a crimson circle, symbolizing the mission they all shouldered together. The warriors strode across the land, crossing the most barren of wastes, where not even the hardiest of plants could take root, where not even the most tenacious of beasts could survive. But with their twisted limbs did they aid one another. Not even the weakest of their number would be abandoned before they breathed their last. For the king had taught them this: king shall not eat kin, king shall eat kin. Well, it's just I can barely believe what she's seeing. A scene unfolds before her in an extraordinary way, and the next second she catches a glimpse of the amazement spreading out across the sea of faces. There is no doubt. Through empathy beyond empathy, the monster is sharing what she sees with all present. Finally, after many days and nights, numbered beyond reckoning, they arrived at the edge of the great rift in the earth. And then they saw. There, floating above the floor of the valley, was a new beginning, one that should not exist in this desolate waste. The pale, petrified forms of plants and beasts dance among mud, spinning about some reason beyond can. A string of boulders draw them along as they go, coming together to form a great ring. The fragments of the ring pulse faintly with light. At first they thought it was fire, but they sensed no heat, and it seemed untangible. In that age, the warriors of the Ticas knew that they had found the slumbering silver mounds. In that age, the warriors encircled the ring. Whoa! They attempt to call out to it, to appease it, to command it, to persuade it. They cried out until they could cry out no more, their throats hoarse and bleeding, but to no avail. The ring remained silent. They were trapped in that wasteland with no way forward and no way back. Time passed until our ordinary Ticas could not stand it any longer and stood up. She looked at her near-mad, emancipated companions and realized that they all would die of hunger and thirst before the silver mounds awoke from their slumber. I missed this. Instinct overtook her. The stone lance in her hand pierced one of her dying fellows, and she began to devour his flesh. The Ticas had no fear of eating the flesh of other Ticas, but it was the far chaser, exiled for refusing to partake, who returned with a black crown and became the first king. Since then, eating or kind has become the strictest of taboos. But at that moment, one of the warriors handpicked by the king defied his ban without the slightest hesitation. Only through this act could she live. As for whether she lived so as to complete the mission they were entrusted with, that is a tale for another time. But at that time... What? A strange noise comes from above her head. Exercise? No. All the people behind the monster lift their heads, and together with the Ticas of history, they look towards the sky, welcoming that one fateful moment. In an instant, the surface of the boulders within the ring begin to split and peel away, revealing a metal that glows with a crimson light. In an instant, bright halos and wings of light sprout from the black bodies of each and every Ticas present. It is as thought they have always been there, revealed from the dust with a swipe of the hand of the creator above. The warriors did not have time to ponder this strange change, as boundless vitality poured into their exhausted frames like a surging tide. With the greatest of joys did they touch one another and embrace one another like newborn babies. As for the Ticas with the stone lace, its point still painted in blood, she looked up at that alien metal and remained silent for a while. She did not understand why they remained aloof to the words the king had imparted upon them to appease the silver mounts, yet deigned to respond the moment she ate of the keen flesh. Then comprehension dawned on her. Perhaps the metal will not respond to the king's dignified appeals, nor the pleas to smite their enemies. But rather it answers the simplest and poorest of ideas, a quiet prayer for survival. Was that Tika's you? The Silver Mountains are in Laterano, and you want to take everyone to go to see them. Do you understand now, child? Before fate became fate, before the first break of the paradise of tolerance, equality, mercy, and joy was laid. This was the origin of it all. The law. Return to start. Return to start. Interactive simulation 26 complete. Prior emergency response mechanism expired. New emergency response mechanism unmaterialized. Simulation result failure. Compulsion transfiguration of Laterano. Continuing operation. Evangelista, you're alive! Is that vision again? Or the discussions gone right by to square on? Truth be told, I'd really like to head upstairs and enjoy some guava juice and an ice cream cone, or at the very least take a nap on the sofa. I can barely feel my lips anymore, or my knees. How long has it been since you started acting oddly and I rushed over to find a solution? What caused the calamity to speed up so, to the point you need to throw out all of your old emergency response mechanism and instead force everyone to directly synchronize data with you? You have forced Laterano to go through such radical change. In time, the spiritual light of the Sankta will be stripped away. In time, will Laterano still be considered Laterano? The sitting Pope, Evangelista 11th, request a 27 interactive simulation. Evangelista 11 has refused to help bring the transfiguration to completion. Now conferring judgment on request for interactive simulation. What? Look right here. These monsters. Neither Sankta nor the other's alternativity can escape the influence of the transfiguration's sudden termination. All I can do now is to call everyone to my side and keep your minds steady and free of collapse ere we met him. As for those you call monsters, they too are Sanktas and the law shelters them as well. They are newly born, pious and plain. They will aid the people in sweeping away all obstacles along the path. These paths will take us past the Tower of Revelations in Pagos Ecclesia, past the Notarial Hall and Cosmetis in Pagos Michaelion, past the Sunset Chapel and Pagos Saint Marcel, before finally arriving at the Basilica. This route, a familiar one, yes, is to order the street lamps light up as night falls on Laterano. He has laid out a most convenient path for us. And so I beg you sleep a while, child. We'll have a ride once you awake, until we shall rekindle hope for the continuation of your race. I see now. You have been looking for an opportunity ever since you awoke. You're still unwilling to accept it. The tales we left behind become the chains that bond later generations. The texts that speak of the majesty of the saints and the ugliness of the devils have been etched deep into your hearts. You need only witness my countenance to raise your gun against me. But no matter, child. You will come to understand who is named hero, who is named monster, who is named king, and who is named alienus. You shall all understand. I fell? That's a real nasty feeling. Awesome. Never thought there will be a way to turn that light out. I don't know if I'm going to miss it later, but right now, it's not too bad having it off. My head is a lot clearer now that I have to deal with other emotions. Clear? No, child, even though you know now my history, story of your race, you still wish to make an enemy of me. Have you considered your mind clear? What can I say? It's clearer than ever. You say I have been trapped by those dusty old books you left behind, but I never said anything about having to listen to your ancient beatitudes ideas. I have been listening to you go on and on for ages already. Did you ever plan on asking us what we think? Please! I'm tired. The good news is that the monster chasing us have retreated. The good news is that the bad news is that they are joining the world procession over there. But think without the didn't to stay somewhere safe. Will you say we're able to handle herself, Doctor? She's still buying time for us. The machine is waiting for that monster. That monster looks really familiar for some reason. No matter how much she changes herself to look like a living thing, I can tell she's just a program. The collapse of the dream must have cut off her connection with the machine, and as a program, all she can do is try to establish the connection to restart the dream. Passing that field of irises a minute ago, I saw halos blooming about the flowers, one after another. That is completely unprecedented. The goal of the machine and the program is more extreme than we thought. Everything organic and inorganic shall be defined as sankta. Nothing is crazier than we in PRTS went higher. Can you figure it out? Its weak points, monster? Not on my own, but can we find a way if we search Kelsey's memories? Kelsey. Ever since it all went down, you have been avoiding saying her name to me, Doctor. Sorry. In any case, thanks for putting your trust in me. I mean, I was so worried before we left. Never mind. At least I managed to get a decent amount out of this operation. That machine is special, Doctor. I have tried to approach it in the past, but the more the law Ladrano was gradually refined, the more difficult it became to try and figure it out its nature. Kelsey did come up with a plan, but even she admitted it was a bit too daring. So what was the plan? It's a really crude one. She never let me do it before. But my nature does give me a talent that ordinary people lack. To some extent. You smooth cutie. I'll trade you an ice cream later. Maybe not a sugar-free one. Especially not a carbonated water one. Of course, we should also thanks to create an open-minded attitude towards technology exchange. Okay, this is the first time I'm trying this. Technology exchange? Stand back a bit, Doctor. What? Route into the city communication post backdoor access port. Special privileges. AMA10. Temporary access credentials. El Caro 001. Oracle. They couldn't complete. Authentication. Passed. Connected to PCS system. What? Syncing computational radiation link. What? Updating permission log. If it wants to speed up the changes happening across Ladrano, it will have to remove all of its underlying restrictions and break through its computational limits over and over. Which means that machine should have left itself open wide to me. It won't have the time. It won't have the time to limit my actions. What? Monster! I'm trying to stop it. No, I'm not in control of the process anymore. Oh, hell no. The flow of information does not come rushing in as you imagine. The claim of computation has faded away at some point. You and Monster feel a peculiar feeling wash over the both of you. You seem to have stopped at a fork in the road. An old friend appears. Has she been walking alongside you the whole time, or is it a chance encounter? In short, you see her. The color begins to drain out of your surroundings. It is as if time stands still. This is the stage built for your reunion. Hello again. Thank you for your hard work, Amaten. We met again, Equinox. Dr. Equinox, if you please. Our reunion has come sooner than I imagined, just as I had hoped.
はい、私が参戦したからには当然の結果です。これでもう誰も蘭電修道院
And we leave this today as a cliffhanger. Yep. Tomorrow in yeah, let's do it tomorrow. Tomorrow in the afternoon? No. If I have the time, if the afternoon, maybe. Just like around 12 hours from now. 12, 14 hours from now. If not, then in the at night. I'll see it then. But for now, that's it for today. Thank you for coming, thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it and that you come back the next time. So I say adieu, goodbye, hasta la vista, bye bye.